And you just heard the song Filthy from 9 Electric, and you can reach them on their website, 9electric.com. And with us is Mikey and Thunderwood. What's up, guys?
Hey, how you doing?
World.
Interworld.
Including Mexico.
Yeah. No, we didn't really get a definitive answer on the Mexico thing,
Yes,
so I'm
yes,
going with
no.
I have family in Mexico. So
You do?
Yeah, I do. So they,
I don't even have family in Mexico. I'm part Mexican.
Yeah,
I'm
but
sure
you're
you
more
do.
Dutch than
Well, I have family in the other Mexico, Inland Empire.
Oh, yeah, that's totally
Mexico 2, The Reckoning.
Mexico Light.
There you go, Mexico Dos. El Dos.
For our
Mexico.
listeners
More
who
like
are out of the
deuce.
country, the Inland Empire is in Los Angeles. So
Oh, yeah.
just to fill them in, because
What about Los Angeles?
Oh, they didn't know that
Cesspool.
the Inland Empire is in Los Angeles.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No,
that's
it isn't.
That's an L.A.
It's in
Vernacular.
It's east.
Yeah.
It's east of. Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry
It's
for the
east of,
people in Mexico. For your listeners
Guam.
in Mexico, the Inland Empire is located east of Los Angeles, and I don't mean east like East LA.
It's
Like
left
East
of
Los?
Guam.
I mean like
Hence
east,
the
30,
inland.
40 minutes on the freeway.
Now, I want to talk about the name Thunderwood.
All right.
To me, it brings up connotations of we need to be in Vegas and you need to be in like a small little Speedo.
There's
you know.
that. Yeah, I mean, I used to make money that way, but
I knew it.
I'm not. I don't do a very good Australian accent, so they kicked me out. I got too lippy with them, and they heard my American accent, and I had to move down to the next best thing, and I joined a band. My last name's Underwood, so
okay.
Thunderwood was the obvious play on words, I guess. So
Right.
Well,
that's
actually,
the history of
I
that.
found like I think it was on like his what's now defunct MySpace. I could have sworn when we were putting this band together, and I was looking at his page, I think it didn't say Don Thunderwood.
Yeah, that was my
Yeah.
joke. Like with my friends, it was my porn name.
Don.
Like, didn't I see you
Yeah.
spread your butts under Mike
Mike
Honcho?
Honcho.
Yeah, it was real weird, man. It was real weird.
I did that. I did that for
I
you.
did that.
No, so I saw Thunderwood, and I just thought Ron had like he was so synonymous with the other band that he was in, which that's all they're gonna get called is the other band.
The other band.
And same with
Could be
whenever
full
a
time.
Can I name them?
two
Can I name
bands
the
come
band?
together from other bands, and you want to kind of like move on and not like kind of try to live off of those names, which a lot of bands do, and I don't think that's cool personally, because you're starting a new thing. I just happened to see we were in the kitchen talking, and I saw him like Thunderwood, and I go, dude, you should go by that. It's totally cool. And he's like, yeah, let me, it's an AKA thing because everybody knows who he is, But when
Yeah,
we're
you were just under
performing-
pressure. I
Yeah,
think.
when we're performing and
Mikey
when we're
just
doing our
pressured
thing,
you.
our 9 Electric thing, it's like, Thunderwood.
Plus, we're 9 Electric.
Yeah, it's
and
electric,
Electrical
like-
storms.
yeah,
cause
thunder and lightning.
There's a play on words.
It's definitely thought
There's
out.
a theme going.
It's
Yeah.
not just some random shit.
We'll go with it.
We
We're
could
gonna
tour
run
with
with that.
Tesla. No.
So what's wrong with you? Why are you just Mikey?
I know. Mikey's just a happy
on.
name.
I don't know. I was just gonna.
Just
Well,
Mikey.
Mikey. To be honest with you, Mikey was. I added a Y to my Facebook page, hoping that most high school people wouldn't be able to find me because I don't really care to reminisce. Like, remember this? And I'm like, yeah, I remember it. I don't give a shit. Like, what do I care?
We used to
It
hang out
already
at the
happened.
gas station.
Yeah, that already happened. Big deal. Mikey was just. My name is Mike Lopez, so I just added the Y as Mikey, and then not to mention, I get referred to as Mikey by my aunts a lot. I was first born, so in a lot of ways, I'm still like a little kid, like Mikey. And I think it's funny, And then the other thing is our drummer's name is Micah, and maybe it's just me, but Mike and Micah sound completely different.
Right.
Yet everybody is baffled and confused by that.
Not if you're Italian.
Yeah. When we get called like on a regular basis when we're around each other, like we're on tour, someone would call me Micah or somebody call him Mike or refer to him as Mike, and it's always just confusing. So I just did the best that I could with like keeping my name intact without having to call myself like Pablo or Javier or Ramon or
My mother calls
Jacqueline.
me Frederick.
Frederick.
Yeah, it's my brother's name. She
Oh,
calls
really?
me that all the time.
Because she gets confused.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
sad.
Use
It's like,
guys.
I
Frederick.
understand. I have a boy's name. Max
Yeah.
is a boy's name, but
Your name is actually just Max?
my first name is Michel.
Misha? What?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Michel Barton?
Wow.
It's spelled differently, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, kind of pronounced.
But so
almost.
does that translate to Max? And
No, my middle name is Maxine.
oh, okay. Yeah.
So that's what stuck.
I thought
My
it was
grandfather was
Maximilian.
Max. Did
Max
you
is
know
good,
this
though.
turtle?
I
Are
had
these
no idea.
fascinating
my,
facts?
my grandfather was Max as well.
Really?
Yeah.
And did they call him like Maximilian and?
No. We just called him Abuelo. You know?
See,
You know why
we
the
do have
name Max
Mexican
is
letters.
good? The name Max will always be a good name because of the movie Mad Max
Yeah.
I get called
Yeah.
that all the
and the
time.
Road Warrior. Those are,
Yeah.
even though Mel Gibson's a anti-Semitic and clearly a lunatic.
He's Mad
Yeah.
Max.
Fucking
Mad
Mad
Max.
Max,
He's
dude. That's
become-
all
He's living up to
that
the title.
matters.
Full
One-
circle.
One of the first, like when I was a kid, which I still am, but when I was an actual kid, we got cable, and I just remember the 3 movies that were like always on, like every hour, were Star Wars, which we were talking out back out there, which is, in my opinion, a pretty lame movie at this point, and a Willy Wonka, which is one of the most amazing movies of
yeah.
all time,
The original.
and the Road Warrior.
Oh, yeah.
And I just went back and forth from Wonka and Road Warrior, and that's pretty much like my makeup of like what I think about the world.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised Thunderdome isn't in there because
Thunderdome, I thought was weak.
Well, that
He
would
actually
be
likes
for-
Thunderdome.
I like Thunderdome the best. The
You
production
have to.
I thought
That's
was
with your
the
name.
best.
yeah, Tina Turner
yeah,
in it,
yeah.
and then it had the short guy.
Master Blaster.
Yeah,
I mean that was.
Okay, you know what
there
the
was some
reason-
novelty
yeah.
to that movie.
The
It was,
reason-
it was the most bizarre.
The reason I don't like that one nearly as much, it's a good movie. Don't get me wrong. If I went back and watched it again, like tomorrow if I watch it again, I'll probably like it a lot more. But what I like about the Road Warrior is how all the cars and all the vibe, and like basically how they were out there, and it was survival of the fittest. You know what I mean? And I'm very competitive, as I was talking to her the other day about, and that movie is competition to stay alive. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I thought, as a kid, I don't know that I thought about it that deeply. I just liked everybody crashing into each other and chasing each other, and Mad Max was fucking badass and all that stuff. But now that's the way I view that movie. When I watch it, it's like you have to stay alive by being the
Mad.
hungriest. Because they needed food, they needed gas, they needed all this stuff. You know what I mean?
Pretty
Sometimes the
much
movie's even too heavy for me
exactly
to
how
watch.
it is
So I
today.
watch Wonka.
That's why they simplified it inside the Thunderdome. It was that same concept, but it had those constraints. You know what I mean?
True.
And they had like people watching and cheering on.
True, that's true. But I think the thing that's tricky about Thunderdome a little bit, there's a little bit like there was a little bit more story, and there was a little bit more things going on. Like she was baiting Max, she being Tina Turner. She was like baiting him to like help out and do a bunch of different stuff. Where the other one, he just did it because that's all he did to stay alive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, he ended up deciding to drive that tanker because he was basically dead.
Yeah,
Dead man
what else
walking.
you gonna do?
Yeah, so it was like, you don't have to get that deep into the story, which I should go back and like I said, I should go back and watch it.
maybe we should maybe we should like have a movie night where we will go and by we I mean me included.
Yeah.
And I go and we watch like all 3. You know.
That'd be cool. You know what? I don't remember.
I'm for it.
I don't know if I haven't done that because I actually don't have Thunderdome on DVD. I have Mad Max and the Road Warrior.
You could probably get it on Laserdisc or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Side 2.
Yeah. Speaking of new discs that are out today, did you hear about the Beatles? All their vinyl came out today, and
Really?
only in Los Angeles.
Holy shit!
And
Wow.
there's a double-decker bus going around today. This morning it was at Capitol Records. It's a
Right.
black double-decker bus,
That's amazing.
and they have a whole new set, and it's only on vinyl,
Yeah, and it's
which
like
is crazy.
That's
it's like,
rad.
yeah,
and it's like 360 proof gram like. I'm like, what?
I have a good little quick story about Beatles and vinyl. My mom apparently had all of their albums on vinyl, and for some insane reason, let her friend borrow them back in Kansas City,
Smart
and she
move.
never got them back.
Oh,
And we still talk about it every once
do you
in a
know
while.
the friend's name?
No, I'd go find them and kill them. That's right. But she, I don't know what, it was just one of those things as you do as a kid, I guess, you know, because actually, my mom, she saw them perform live in Kansas City for like $4.
Wow.
Yeah, she still has the tickets though, but not the vinyl. Awesome, huh?
Did she pass out? Was she one of those screaming and passing out?
I don't know. I think I asked her. I think she was screaming. I don't think she passed out. She was screaming though. My mom.
Do you think that you just scream because everybody else is screaming, or
Probably.
is it that the music like really moves you that much?
Depends on how. I
'Cause
mean, you know,
I've been to your shows, and
Nobody
girls
screams.
are. Oh, please! They're all screaming.
They're not screaming.
Bumping into each other, and it's usually the guys screaming, but
No,
but
they're
there's
having
some
a good
screaming
time.
going on.
If you guys ever want to hear some
Screaming happens later in the bus.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's the source.
If you guys ever want to hear some crazy screams, go to a volleyball, like a college all-girl volleyball tournament. Dude, the girls are screaming like banshees. It's like ridiculous.
Yeah, that's true.
If you're into that, I don't know.
Yeah.
Apparently you are.
I am.
Yeah.
Like a big crowd of female.
Yeah.
It's a weird sound to hear.
It takes on like a white noise kind of.
Yeah.
It's creepy.
Kind of scary.
Maybe
Yeah,
you guys
I like
should
it.
go like record some of that audio and kind of infuse that into.
Yeah, subliminally put it to get everyone's blood kind of.
Yeah.
Right.
It's probably there. I'm sure somebody just has
When
thought
you're
about
out on tour, did you find that like when you were in the different locations, your reaction is different? So like say you're playing in the Midwest, which I know you just were at. How did they react to you? Like were the venues and the fans different than they are like on the East Coast or the West Coast?
Yeah, I'd say like city per city, there's definitely a difference, but it seems like 2 hours outside of any city is the same city,
Right,
or
yeah.
you know what I mean, the
Yeah.
same town.
Yeah.
So then there's that connective thing, but
and they'll travel. Those people will travel. I mean, they'll travel much more than anybody around here will. You know what I
Yeah.
mean, there's people who will miss things around here. It's like 20 or 30 minutes away because they're going to something else. Where in Des Moines, Iowa, which is like 3 hours away from what is it? What was the second place in Nebraska? Was it Lincoln or Omaha? No, Omaha, Nebraska, which is like 3 hours away. There's fans from Des Moines at that show. Like, do you remember us from Des Moines? And we're like, isn't
They have
that
nothing
like
else
where the
to do.
fuck is that in relation to here?
You're gonna pick corn?
what's there to do in Des Moines
Yeah,
tonight?
yeah, and they're like,
Kansas City.
So that's like So that's a 3-hour trip to see the show, hang out at the show, do their drinks and whatever they do, huff paint, whatever, and then go back that night. Which is crazy.
Because they got to work in the morning.
Got to work in the morning, shit like that.
Are they very rowdy though in the Midwest?
They're
Or are they like
insane.
Yeah,
Are they?
yeah.
They're insane. They get drunker than rock stars.
Yeah.
You know what I found was really funny is when I was on tour with Alice Cooper, we were playing at Wembley, and you would think that this is the town where punk was created. It was like the thrashing, and people are crazy. They sat there. There's 60,000 people sitting there going, "Jolly good."
Yeah,
Jolly
yeah,
good.
yeah,
They
yeah,
were
yeah.
so
Okay for you,
polite.
man.
And
Yeah.
it's like,
It was the Wembley thing. They're used to
What?
the golf clap or
Yeah.
the tennis
man.
clap. There.
we're all looking at each other like, "What's going on?"
They didn't
Do
wanna
they not
disturb
like
the
us?
sod.
And we noticed throughout the Midwest and the touring everywhere in the South, and actually the South is really bad. When you play in Texas, it's awesome because they really get down there. They're very rowdy and they're really
Jacksonville, Florida.
yeah, and they're
Yeah.
into it. Just different places in the South are really cool. And then but what we noticed is like during the week, it would be a little bit more of a subdued crowd. And on the weekend, they go fucking haywire. And it's that whole thing of what I found talking to a lot of people out there is like take their jobs that they have very seriously because of the economy and all that stuff, where we don't
Right.
give a shit about jobs. I mean, like somebody was going, I was talking to somebody and no, they were online. They're like, man, I want to come see y'all on Wednesday, but I don't know if I got to be at work Thursday. And I would always write back, fuck work. Or I always write quit,
Quit.
and I'm joking. I'm joking and I'm half serious as well, but the thing is like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, those shows were, they were there rocking out, but on Friday, Saturday, bonkers. Just completely like letting loose, getting crazy, just, and there at the early part of the night, like the place is like packed by like 7:30, where here in Hollywood, nobody gets to anything till like, 10:30,
Yeah,
11.
Yeah, everything goes on.
Yeah,
late.
but what's
Yeah.
different here is like, we do these shows on Monday nights at the Roxy and they're packed, where Monday night in, Jackson, Mississippi, or I guess there's a Jackson, Michigan that we played at that we actually
right.
thought was Jackson,
We thought it was
Mississippi.
gonna be
Yeah.
Mississippi.
I'm like, they're a little
Hello,
bit more chill on a Monday and Tuesday or Wednesday because they have to go to the steel mill or, shear a sheep or whatever their job is.
Well, your music really promotes that rowdy behavior and people jumping around. It's like so high
a little
energy.
bit.
And
I
so
mean, we
like-
definitely want to be a band known for the party vibe and creating like, we have some darker territory that we delve into, but mostly it's like the empowerment, like go kick ass, go have
Yeah.
a good time,
Right.
bring your buds.
Shed your skin, just
I'm like a ticking time bomb.
9electric.com is where you can find them at. And we are still talking with Mikey and, of course, Thunderwood. Now, Thunderwood, here's the thing. You do a lot of crazy shit, man. I saw, this is what I saw. I saw this crazy thing with like a banana and a firecracker and like your penis. Are you okay?
Well, here's the thing. Mike has a lot of ideas.
Good job, Mike.
And he knows that I'm willing to do whatever for the sake of entertainment, whether it's for me or other people. So, I don't know. A lot of times it's just out of boredom. We were in Ohio with the banana incident. We found we were in a truck stop in North Carolina. I'll start the story there. And there was all these crazy explosives they were selling at this truck stop, like little, firecrackers, this thing and that thing that zings this way and that. And there was, for $2, you could get these actual TNT firecrackers. They were mini dynamites.
Wow.
Mini little dynamites. So
automatically, how can I use these?
I didn't tell the guys I got them at first because I was like, I think I want to play a prank. But then I couldn't think of any good pranks. And once you do a prank, everyone knows you've got, these explosives. So I was like, just Michael helped me with some ideas, And by that time we were in Ohio, and the banana. Hi, it's my wiener. Ha ha! It's my exploding wiener banana story.
Yeah.
Well, it looks good.
Usual.
It looks good on video.
I have a really vivid imagination. And I know the people around me and in the audience. I pay attention to that stuff really well. So I go around, and part of I think my job is I do all our internet stuff. And you need to be entertaining, and you can be in a band and the only thing you ever promote is your show or here's this song or whatever, and it's like everybody does that already, right? So we actually like to let people into our lives and the things that we do, and those are the kind of things that kids do. They're always doing little funny things like that, like blowing some shit up or firecracker in a cat's ass or whatever, you know what I mean? And as you grow up, if you ever really do, you don't do anything with a cat. That's not cool, right? So you do it to yourself because you trust yourself, right? So we basically just go around and just come up with things. Like, we'll just be hanging around, living our lives, traveling, and I'll think of something that he'll be willing to do. And he's such a likable person, and everybody just loves his antics. And I've just taken upon myself to figure out the next antic. And I'm always going like, is that safe? Like,
the Teen Wolf scene above. You remember? Yeah, we did that this summer. We did all sorts of stupid stuff.
Like I said,
when you're a kid, you're watching the movie and you're like, that would never happen. We're like,
and you just do it.
Gonna.
And the way that technology is now, it's like you just film it. Like, I'll just think, we'll be doing something, and I'll be walking out of the store, and Ron will just be minding his own business, and I'll be like, his nickname is Goood. I'm like, Good, check it out. We got to do this, and he'll be like, all right, let's do it. So I'll basically set it up, block it out, get the other guys to do their role, whatever they need to do. Like the whole surfing on top of the van. We were actually in Ohio again. Ohio's not Ohio was like a really
that's
a breeding ground to do like fun things because it's not necessarily that fun there, I guess, So we're on the street, we pull off, we get gas, and we're just out in this field kind of out of nowhere, and there was this long street, and I was like, all right, here's what we want to do. Get on top of the van and surf on it. And he goes, oh, cool, I'll do that. So Casey or Micah was driving, and I stood in front, like way down the street in front of the van. And he came down the street and he filmed it. So the first filming of it was kind of boring. I'm like, that doesn't really look that cool when we watch it. So the last time we did it, I got down the street and they came at me, and I ran at the van as they were driving towards me. So it looked like it was going real fast, right. And I just jumped out of the way right at the last second.
It was going fast enough for me to be like, all right, this isn't cool anymore.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, as I'm like running towards him, like filming it, like if that goes wrong, smack into me and kill me.
No, you go viral then. What do you say?
We would go viral then, but we'd be like dead, you know what I mean? But the most important thing was to get it done right. You know what I mean? And to know how you're gonna do that kind of stuff, and just kind of like, jump out of the way. And then I remember the neighbors were kind of like looking at us, and we just got in the van and bounced. And the actual the firecracker one is I think he showed me the firecrackers, and there was a banana present, and I just said, well, here's a good idea. Hold it like it's your dick and blow it up. Because there's no way that people won't like that. Or laugh at it. Because if you think about it, every guy on the planet will be like, dude, what if my dick did blow up? You know what I mean?
Well,
I don't want to think of that.
Everyone left the area, like
Yeah.
who was there, like, oh, I gotta see, but
Yeah.
I gotta be like way back here.
And it
this
shot,
thing's on my crotch, man.
And it shot banana shrapnel like all over the place. You know what I mean?
Banana shrapnel.
Yeah,
and then
it was
you know, so
messy.
then not only did we get like a ridiculously funny video because it was happening in real time, and it was like actually when it blew up, I was just like looking, kind of trying to film it. It just like blew up, and everybody's laughing. And then the aftermath is I get a picture out of it, which is further promotion. And I just go, well, lay here like you're dead, and we'll put the blown up banana like where your dick would be. You know what I mean?
Nice.
And people love it. You know, and when they stop
The
loving
kids, they
you know,
like it.
The most
They like it.
the most important thing, though, seriously, the most important thing about that stuff is like, do we love it? You know what I mean? Like, I don't ever want to put anything out there or do anything that we don't think is at least entertaining and or funny. And, you know, there was a time where I thought, like, you don't really want to be, like, so funny or a serious band, this and that, you know what I mean? I'm like, the things that we do in our band, that's serious. We always perform really serious. We put on a really great show. We take our music very serious. But everything outside of it, it's, you know, why not have some fun? You know, why not show some people what you're doing? Like, we're really doing those things. We were traveling the country doing that stuff. We're not, you know, we're not trying to harm ourselves or harm anybody else, but we are trying to have a good time, you know? And I don't know about you guys, but if you've ever driven in a van or a bus 9-10 hours to the next destination, you want to do shit that's fun.
You have
need
to entertain yourself.
you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Some people watch TV, some people read a book. We blow shit up.
Right. Well, Micah seems to be like a very calm person. I don't know about Casey. He's
pretty chill.
Like,
yeah, they're both pretty
will
calm.
he put a firecracker in his butt or something?
They're game for that stuff too. It's
Yeah,
like they're not like,
they're down for it.
Yeah, I mean, but the best person to be doing is Ron. Ron is like pretty notorious for that stuff. So he does it for the most part, and I usually am filming it or kind of like setting it up. You know, there was even something one night, just real simple. I'll just go. I was observing everybody. We were in Dayton, Ohio when we finished the show. And everybody's hanging out in the parking lot. The other band that was there, that opened up the show, was hanging out. We were hanging out. And everybody was just kind of talking. And for some reason, somebody had a jump rope. And they were out. People were trying to skip rope and goof around and have a good time.
Who brings a jump rope?
So I'm like, why is
to
a jump
rock
rope here?
show?
So I looked around and I was like, that's not really that funny. Like, filming somebody jump roping is not that cool, whatever. So I basically told everybody just to keep doing what they were doing. And I got two girls to like do the whole, you know, when the black kids would jump rope and they would sing songs, you know?
Right.
I said, 2 people hold the rope. And I go, Ron, jump rope. You know, I go, just jump rope over here. So I got the camera and I just panned along everybody talking and not looking at me. And just slowly panned over, and Ron was jump roping, and he was singing a song. What was the song that you were singing?
You know those rhymes they do.
Yeah, yeah.
My mama said, "Yo, mama did." Such
Yeah,
and such.
Mama's got floppy titties, whatever. So all of a sudden, at the very end of
Some kind of diss to a rhythm.
It was
you
like
know?
15, 16 seconds long, but the first 12 seconds was nothing. So your as a viewer, you're just watching, you're going like, "Hey, nothing's happening here.
cool.
What's the deal?" And then all of a sudden, he's skipping rope. You know what I mean? And I said, "Case
Just
him all."
another after party.
Yeah. And people were just kind of laughing at that. And then one time we were in Walmart, and I asked one of the girls working there if we could ride one of the bikes inside of the store, and she goes, "Oh no, you're not supposed to do that." And she goes, "But you know what? I'm gonna leave," which was her
I'm
way.
gonna take a
yeah,
break.
she goes, "I'm gonna take a break," which was her way of saying, "Go ahead and ride a bike." Right. So Ron gets on a bike, and I'm standing in the aisleway, just looking down an aisle at nothing. Right. For about 7 or 8 seconds, and then he just rides by on the bike. We just called it Walmart drive-by, you know. Just stuff like that, you know. It's fun. And not only is it fun to watch, but it's a lot of fun to do. And in my opinion, it keeps your mind and your imagination sharp. You know, it keeps you living like a kid. A little bit, you know what I mean? Because life is serious. It's serious business. Everyone wants to think that we're just fucking around constantly, and it's like, well, we're not. We're working really hard, but with the fucking around that we're doing, we're showing it to you, and we're actually making it hopefully benefit what we're doing. You know?
And you're fucking around by watching it.
Sure, absolutely.
Does
Absolutely.
does the other bands that you're on tour with, do they join in, like Static X? Are they into the?
No, not really. No,
they're kind of
Sometimes
uptight.
They
once in a while.
They would goof around. What would they do? They would make me go up and sound check with them and sing Billy Idol songs and
Yeah.
do goofy
Nice.
stuff like
Which
that.
song would it be? Eyes Without a Face? That's my favorite Billy Idol song.
That
That
was
is
Rebel
a
Yell.
rad song.
Rebel Yell. That's
It was
one
Rebel
note
Yell, I
bass.
think.
Yeah, they wanted
Yeah.
me to do Rebel Yell.
I think the silly
Well, yeah,
shit that
you
we
look
were
like
doing
Billy, though.
was contagious. It was like they enjoyed it, you know.
Good.
Like I was, for me, like notoriously, like especially in the summer, like I don't bother wearing a shirt or anything like that, you know.
You got a great physique.
I'm kind of shocked that
So
you're
every
wearing
day I would
clothes
be
now.
told like, put a shirt on, whatever, you know. And the next thing I know, like I would see them like not wearing a shirt and stuff like that. And my answer to that, one time I gave some dude a serious answer because I got sick of him saying that. And I go, you want to know why I don't ever wear a fucking shirt, dude? I'm like, because I don't fucking feel like it. And he goes, good, fair enough. You know? Fair enough, I was like, brother. That's the answer, man. You know what I mean? I'm like, you know, you telling me to put one on is certainly not going to make me do that.
I think probably because if for listeners out there who haven't seen Nine Electric yet, Mikey looks just like Mowgli. Just like
Jungle
him.
Book.
Yeah,
look
so,
like him.
you know, if you're familiar with Jungle Book,
Baloo.
he basically wore a loincloth,
when I was a kid,
which is, you know, how I see you, how we should all see you.
Yeah.
Always. Just wear a loincloth on stage.
And then, you know
all the
what?
time.
There's, in my opinion, there's a sense of freedom that comes with not having, you know, a bunch of attire on all the time. And you know, sometimes you can do it. Like in the summer, it's like that's what the summer is to me, anyways. You know what I mean? It's like it's a freedom of getting sun and being, you know, loose. And we're out on tour. It's like, you know, my job is to entertain and have a good time. You know, so I like that. And quite frankly, at some point in our lives, it's like, you know, you pretty much need to wear a shirt.
Unless you're like 1,000 pounds overweight.
That's right. How would you feel about that? Or like,
okay,
you know,
well, that's a
Like
good
the Walmart tragic.
That's a
photos.
good thing that you said right there, because time and time and time again in the audience, you would see these really big dudes, and I'm being nice about saying big, no shirt on. And I don't really recall anybody going, put your shirt on. You know what I mean? And I'm in shape, and people would say, put your shirt on. So what I started realizing was like, okay, what, are you like insecure about it, or like am I making you feel bad or something like that? Because that's not the goal. The goal has nothing to do with you. The goal is I want sun and I want to feel free. You know?
well, I want to feel free. Why can't I do that?
Do it.
Some,
Do it now.
Some
It's so funny
stigma,
now.
some stigma in America that
We're
women
not
have
stopping.
to wear tops and clothing. Yeah, I mean, you know how it is here.
It's upsetting. It's upsetting.
Well,
I
but
would
it's
like
okay.
to
But it's
walk
okay
around.
for somebody on some television show to be blown to fucking shreds. But it's not okay to see tits. You know what I mean? Like we all know that whole story here. How stupid that is. You know?